Hey, Bravo execs, we need to talk. Your Real Housewives of New York reboot? It's not working. We are talking full-on disaster mode here. But don't worry, we are here to help. We have been watching, we have been cringing, and now we are breaking down exactly what went wrong and how to fix it. So grab a seat, pour yourself a glass of Ramona Singer Pinot Grigio, and let's save the Real Housewives of New York together. Before we begin though, we want to hear from you. Don't forget to join the conversation by subscribing to our channel and putting your thoughts in the comments. It's viewers like you that we make this content for, and we want to know what you think. Subscribe to the channel today. And now let's get into it. Remember when Bravo announced the Real Housewives of New York reboot? The internet was buzzing with excitement. Finally, some fresh faces were coming to shake up the New York scene. We're all ready for a change, weren't we? I mean, how many times could we watch Ramona and Sonja stumble through another season? Bravo had big plans for this reboot. They promised diversity, younger cast members, and a whole new energy. On paper, it looked amazing. The cast was a mix of fashion icons, influencers, models, real estate experts, publicists, and marketing pros. It seemed like the perfect blend of glamour, success, and potential drama. But then, we actually met these new housewives, and something felt off. It was like watching a group of strangers at a networking event, not the tight-knit friend group we were used to. Remember when Jenna Lyons, the woman who basically invented cool, hosted that dinner party? It was so awkward, I wanted to crawl under my couch cushions. Here's this fashion legend, and she's fumbling around like it's her first time on camera. And don't even get me started on Jessel. How can you live in New York and not know what Tribeca is? It's like saying you have never heard of Central Park. These women are supposed to be the cream of the New York crop, but they are coming across as total tourists. The worst part is, you can see the potential. These women are successful, they are glamorous, they are diverse. But something's missing. That spark, that chemistry, that made us fall in love with the original cast just isn't there. It's like watching a group of talented musicians playing out of tune. All the right notes are there, but they are not coming together to create a beautiful melody. So why didn't this reboot start with so much promise? Because Bravo knows how to sell us a dream. They dangled the perfect cast in front of us, promising all the drama and luxury we have come to expect from the Real Housewives franchise. But they forgot one crucial ingredient: authenticity. These women might be real New Yorkers, but their relationships feel forced. Their conversations seem scripted, and their conflicts about as exciting as watching paint dry. It's clear there's trouble brewing beneath the surface, the kind that makes you wonder if this show is going to make it past its first season. Get ready, Bravo fans. We are about to look at why this reboot is struggling to find its footing. And trust me, it's not pretty. If you are cringing through every episode of the new Real Housewives of New York, you are not alone. Even Andy Cohen looks like he would rather be anywhere else. But here's the big question. How did a show about great friendships turn into a lesson in awkward small talk? Let's dive into why these new housewives are making us all uncomfortable. It's pretty bad when Andy Cohen, the face of Bravo, seems over it. The new cast just doesn't click, and it shows. Remember when Real Housewives of New York was about real friendships and juicy drama? Those were the days. Now we are watching strangers pretend to be friends, and it's just not working. The awkward moments are everywhere, like that scene with Aaron and Yuba on a park bench talking about Aaron's son's diarrhea. It feels more like two actors who just met than real friends chatting. And Jenna Lyons' party? Yikes. You could feel the discomfort as they struggled to make conversation. These new housewives seem more focused on their Instagram than getting to know each other. It's like they are always posing for a camera that isn't there. Remember Sai packing 8 bags for a weekend trip? We get it, you are an influencer, but this show is supposed to be about friendships, not a long Instagram story. Bethany Frankel got it right when she said, these women have nothing to do with each other. There's no history, no inside jokes, nothing real. It's like watching a work team building day gone wrong. They are trying to create drama, but it doesn't work because there's no real connection. The result? A show that feels fake. It's obvious these women were picked for their individual personalities, but no one checked if they would get along. Now we are stuck with strangers pretending to be friends, and it's not convincing anyone. But hang on, because it gets worse. Next up, we are looking at the ratings disaster that's making Bravo execs nervous. Trust me, the numbers are so low. They make Luann's Kibert look like a hit. You thought the drama on screen was bad? Wait till you see what's happening behind the scenes. Bravo execs are freaking out, and for good reason. The ratings have crashed hard, making Sonja's toaster oven sales look good in comparison. Let's look back for a second. When the Real Housewives of New York reboot started, we had high hopes. New faces, new drama seemed promising. but those hopes didn't last long. Here's the deal. The original Real Housewives of New York averaged 1.37 million viewers. Now, it's barely getting 300,000. That's a huge drop. Fans are changing the channel left and right. Even Bethany Frankel, the Real Housewives of New York queen herself, is trashing the show. She called it a failed attempt and a disaster. When Bethany jokes that only 30 people in the country are watching, you know it's bad. So why are people tuning out? One big reason. These new housewives just don't have that New York vibe we are used to. Where's the attitude? The hustle? That classic NYC energy is missing. And when they try to spice things up, it doesn't work. Their most watched episode this season with that pregnancy prank, it only got 350,000 viewers. That's not much to brag about. Bravo must be panicking. This reboot isn't working out like they hoped, but they are not giving up yet. They are about to try everything to save the show. Get ready for some crazy moves, because things are about to get wild. You know things are bad when faking a pregnancy seems like a good idea, but that's exactly where Real Housewives of New York found itself. How did a prank meant to spice things up go so wrong? Rebecca Minkoff thought pretending to be pregnant by someone other than her husband would create drama. She spread the rumor among the cast, saying it was to find out who gossiped the most, but this plan backfired badly. The timing was awful. Cast members like Jessel Tank and Yuba Hassan were talking openly about their fertility struggles, sharing real emotional experiences. Joking about pregnancy in the middle of that? Not a smart move. Viewers were angry. Social media blew up with fans saying how disappointed they were. One Reddit user said it best, "I am done with this season. I have been barely able to get through the episodes. What a way to really kill a show, Aaron and Rebecca. When fans are ready to quit, you know you have messed up." They even dedicated a whole episode to this prank. All that build up for a shocking story that turned out to be a joke. It's like expecting a fancy dinner and getting fast food instead. The cast wasn't happy either. Jessel first defended it, but later called it a little bit crass. Brennan thought it was a little insensitive, and Yuba, while not personally hurt, got why others might be upset. Rebecca finally admitted it was a big mistake, but it was too late. Viewers felt tricked, cast members were uncomfortable, and the show looked bad. They forgot that reality TV drama should at least feel real. This just seemed desperate. So what's next for Real Housewives of New York? With ratings dropping and viewers losing interest, Bravo needs to make changes fast. Maybe bring back some fan favorites, mix old and new cast members, or totally change how they do the show. Whatever they do, please, no more fake pregnancy pranks. We have had enough. Let's face it, the Real Housewives of New York reboot is hanging by a thread. But don't write it off just yet, because there might be a glimmer of hope on the horizon. Bethany Frankel, the OG of NYC, has an idea that could breathe new life into this flatlining show. She's suggesting Bravo mix things up by bringing back some of the old cast members and blending them with the newbies. It's like adding classic NYC bagels to a trendy avocado toast brunch. Suddenly, you have got the perfect mix of old and new that everyone can enjoy. But will Bravo actually listen? Are they ready to consider this shakeup? The clock is ticking, and Real Housewives of New York needs a serious boost to avoid fading into oblivion. Bringing back familiar faces could reignite the spark that made us fall in love with these glamorous, drama-loving New Yorkers in the first place. Who doesn't want to see some of our favorite OGs go head-to-head with the new kids on the block? It's time for Bravo to make a move. The future of our beloved Real Housewives of New York depends on it.